Tahani Mustafa. She joins us live from Amman. She's from the International Crisis Group. Great to have you here with us on TRT World. So we are seeing a huge influx of aid coming into Gaza, but certainly that is not enough. It's a drop in the ocean. But given the fact that most NGOs have halted their operations in the wake of the killings of 7 aid workers, foreign aid workers in Gaza, who do you think is going to distribute this aid?
Well, I think it's a bit difficult to determine how this is going to be distributed, not only in terms of stakeholders, that could very well be something delegated to tribes and clans, as Israel had intended originally. But the tribes and clans themselves have said that they don't have the capacity to do that. At least not alone. What's more is that there's no actual physical logistics. I mean, when you talk about transporting aid, Gaza has been raised from the ground up. Most of the aid is coming from the south, and aid that needs to get to the north needs to go through roads. There are no roads. Roads have been destroyed. You've got huge patches of territory that are overpopulated. So it's incredibly difficult, incredibly dangerous to be transporting aid. What's more, Israel still hasn't guaranteed any serious safe passages for the distribution of aid or for even the transportation of aid. So that question still very much remains an open-ended one.
Now, Tahani, as far as the ceasefire talks are concerned, earlier today we were hearing reports that there has been some progress, but again, it remains quite ambiguous at this point. No one really knows what's going on with the ceasefire talks, whether or not it's going to happen anytime soon. What's your navigation through the latest developments that have taken place in Cairo?
Well, I mean, we've been hearing mixed statements coming in for the last 2 days now. But ultimately, it seems like there hasn't been a significant amount of progress as had been the original optimism coming out of Cairo. And that's precisely because Israel is still refusing to really offer any flexibility when it comes to ceding to any of Hamas's demands. And vice versa, Hamas is refusing to be flexible on any of the demands it has itself put forward. Hamas is still asking for the complete cessation of hostilities. It is asking for safe passage of people to go back to their homes from the south to the north. It is asking for the freedom of movement of people, as well as some assurances about aid entering through the Strip. Israel is refusing on all those grounds. What's more, Hamas wants a fair exchange of prisoners. It has been flexible in terms of lowering the numbers it had originally asked for. Originally, it was all prisoners. Now it's a ratio of something, I think it's something like 700 prisoners that they're now willing to negotiate on. And even then, Israel has kind of set the conditions where it's refusing to allow any prisoners that are being put on death row or are serving life sentences. So it's really, Israel is really torpedoing this process once again by refusing to cede to any of those demands, which by international law are completely legitimate.
Tahani Mustafa, thank you very much for talking to us here on TRT World. Really appreciate your taking out the time.
Thank you.